Anyone can support a team that is winning. It takes no courage to do that. But to stand behind a team, to defend a team when it is down and really needs you, that takes a lot of courage. These are the very words of Bart Starr. He's an American footballer. I'll take that again. Anyone can support a team that is winning. It takes no courage to do that. But to stand behind a team, to defend a team when it is down and really needs you, it sure takes a lot of courage. These are the very words of Bart Starr. I'll take another quote again. Don't give up at halftime. Concentrate on winning the second half. Paul Beer Brandt. Don't give up at halftime. Concentrate on winning the second half. Paul Beer Brandt. Hello everyone, good day and welcome to yet another edition of Sports Hub with Ebere. My name is Ebere Oji, your host on the show, being aired on the Anchor app. Here on the show, we bring to you live updates on sporting events, games, and activities all over the world. Our center of reference has always been football and everything that has to do with footballing activities all over the world. You are welcome, welcome, welcome. This is April. We are excited. This is the 22nd day in the month of April. The fourth month of the year 2023 is gradually wrapping up. We don't have up to 2 weeks left this month. Yes, we don't have up to 2 weeks left. We have barely 9 days for this month to wrap up, and we'll enter the 5th month in the year 2023. It's actually my birth month. So you're welcome. Now we'll kick off immediately. We're kicking up to the business of the day. First off, I would want to say congratulations to the 4 teams that made it to the semi-finals of the UCLs. 32 teams in September 2022 started off the 2022-2023 Champions League competition. Yes, 32 teams started up. We had 8 teams. We are grouped in 4, like in 4 groups. Like yes, it was 8 times 4, of course, no, it's 32. So 8 teams we are grouped in 4 groups. Do you understand? So we had 32 teams. 8 teams we are grouped in from A down to the 8th alphabet. From A to H, we had 8 groups and 4 teams in each group, making up a 32 team competition, the UCL competition. Now we've watched from the group stage games to the round of 16, the shockers that happened in the quarterfinals. From the quarterfinals, we got to the semi-finals, and the 2 Milan Clubs from Italy will be representing the Serie A in the semi-finals of the Champions League. We have a club from Spain, that is Real Madrid, the 14-time defending champions, UCL defending champions, Real Madrid. We have Manchester City from England, from the Premier League. They have not won it before, and they according to stats, they've been tipped to be winning this if they can be able to win against Real Madrid, because they face Real Madrid in the semi-finals. The semi-finals will be played is a 2-leg semi-finals. The Milan Clubs and Real Madrid versus Manchester City. The first leg of the semi-finals will be played on the 9th of May 2023. That's Real Madrid versus Man City will play on the 9th. Then on the 10th of May, we have AC Milan versus Inter Milan. 2 clubs that share stadiums. 2 clubs will play in the same stadium. San Siro 1, San Siro 2. So it is going to be AC Milan versus Inter Milan on the 10th of May 2023. The first leg of the semi-finals of the UCLs. Then the second leg will be played. Inter Milan versus AC Milan will play first on the 16th of May. They'll play on the first. Inter Milan will play AC Milan, that's the second leg, on the 16th of May. Then on the 17th of May, the return leg for Man City versus Real Madrid. The first leg will be Real Madrid, they will play at the Bernabeu. Now, the second leg will be played at the Etihad, Man City versus Real Madrid on the 17th of May. This is a game that you won't want to miss. These are games that you won't want to miss. Imagine AC Milan beating Scudetto faithfuls, that's Napoli, 3 times in the last 3 games. In the league, they won against them by 4-0. They came to the quarterfinals of the Champions League quarterfinals, and they trashed them by 1-0 in the first leg. Second leg, they trashed them again. So it's in fact, I really want to say kudos to AC Milan. No one believed it. No one believed it that they will be able to do or achieve or attain the feat they've attained so far. They've been okay. They've been doing pretty well. The same thing with Inter Milan. And now the Milan clubs will be fighting against each other. This is going to be the first time AC Milan will be in the semi-final since 2007. 2007, they won the Champions League. Yes, that was the last time they won the Champions League. Inter Milan, this is going to be their first time since 2009, 2010. They won the Champions League in 2009, 2010 under Jose Mourinho. So this is going to be the first time they'll be making it to the the semi-finals of a UCL competition. I wish them the best. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna make it to Istanbul on the 10th of June? Who is gonna make it to Istanbul on the 10th of June? The finals will be played at Istanbul at a stadium called Istanbul's Atatürk Olympic Stadium on the 10th of June 2023. So kudos to Real Madrid, kudos to Man City. Honestly, I would really want Manchester City amongst the 4 clubs that we play. Manchester City is the only club amongst this team, as in the 4 clubs that are playing, that has not won the Champions League. So I would want them to win the Champions League. Honestly, from the depth of my heart, I really would want a Manchester City to win under Pep Guardiola, to win a Champions League. Like, they've been knocking, they've gotten to the quarterfinals, they've gotten to the semi-finals, they've gotten to the finals. 2 seasons ago, they were at the finals at Porto, and Chelsea won that finals against Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. So they've been knocking and knocking. I feel this is the time. Other clubs, they've lifted the bet. Manchester City, I believe this is going to be the apex of their season. They've been okay. Like, under Pep, they've been outstanding. In the past 6 seasons, they've won the EPL like 4 times. Yes, in the past 6 seasons, they've won it 4 times. So I feel this is the time they need to touch, like, that holy grail. The trophy with the 2-year trophy, they need to touch it. Do you understand? Not just touch it, but lifting it up as the winners of the Champions League. So let's see what happens. They have a stumbling block in a team called Real Madrid. We all know Real Madrid is a team that has won it 14 times. No team has won 14 Champions League, but Real Madrid has it. The next team closer to Real Madrid is AC Milan. They've won it 7 times. So this is something that they know Madrid to win. Madrid might be doing bad in the league, but when it comes to the Champions League, they're a different gene. Like, they're a different breed altogether. They have this different winning mentality. So it's going to be a tough one for Man City. Both legs, it's going to be a tough one. Yesterday we had Friday night football in the EPL. We had Arsenal at Emirates. They played against Southampton, and that game ended 3-3. Southampton would have gotten a 3 point, because as at 88 minutes it was 3-1. Yes, as at 88 minutes the game was 3-1. Like, every anti-Chelsea fans, including myself, anti-Arsenal fans were like, yes, this is the time Arsenal is going to lose, stuff like that. But then Arsenal grinded out results at the last minute, 2 minutes. They scored the second goal on the 88th minute. Was Odegaard that scored, and at the 90th minute of that game, Saka scored to level it at 3-3. At least it's more honorable to draw to an extra, at least get the points, than losing at home in front of your home fans. So, Arsenal, I don't really know, because this is where squad depth comes into play. Do you understand? This is where squad depth comes into play. Arsenal, they don't have squad depth. Look at Saka, for instance. Saka, since the beginning of this month, he has not been it. Like, you see that there's fatigue. Saka has been fatigued, and I don't know. He needs rest. Saka needs rest. See the way he scored a goal yesterday, but then I feel he needs rest. The young man needs rest. He's just 21 or thereabout. He needs rest. To be honest with you, he needs to rest. So they need to get reinforcement, because they need squad depth. When you have an injured player, just like Saliba was injured, and you brought in Holding. Holding is not an Arsenal top level, as an A grade kind of defender. He's just like a Mustafi, Kolasinac, Mertesacker, all those kind of, he's not that kind of Gabriel Saliba kind of defender, not striker, please. Defender, please. So I feel Arsenal needs to get good defense, good midfielders. Imagine Granit Xhaka was out injured and it affected them. Fabio Vieira is not it at all. He's not the kind of player that can play. He's a fragile kind of player. He's not the kind of player that can play for Arsenal. Like in the EPL, little things he falls down at, slightest opportunity, he's on the floor and all that. You understand? So he's not the kind of, and it was not a good one at all. It was not a good one at all. So Arsenal drew that game at home to Southampton by 3-3. It ended 3-3. It was all square. They all shared points. They all shared points. Now, for other games that we played, the game week 32 that we played today and tomorrow, today being the 22nd of April, Saturday 2023, we have Fulham. Fulham will be starting their games very, very soon. We have Fulham versus Leeds United. Remember the last game Leeds United played, Leeds United lost that game at home against Liverpool. That was on Monday Night Football. Leeds United lost the game by 6-1 at home. Liverpool used Leeds to more like a rebound, like they used Leeds United to rebound from after a not so impressive March and April. They've not been good. They've been up and down. Liverpool season has not been, I won't call Liverpool season a progressive one. It's been progressing. Like it's not been static. It's been shaking. She understands. So they used them. Leeds United scored 6-1 against Leeds United last week Monday. Now we have Fulham versus Leeds United today at Craven Cottage. That's Fulham's home turf by 12:30 p.m. The games will be starting very, very soon. Brentford will take on Aston Villa. Aston Villa has been outstanding. They have been outstanding. I don't think they've lost any game. Like they've been okay. This is a team that was on 16th place and now they're on 6th place on the league table. So it is a good one. It's a very good one. So Brentford versus Aston Villa by 3 p.m. Crystal Palace will take on Everton by 3 p.m. Crystal Palace under Roy Hodgson too. They've three games, three wins, like 3 victories, and they've scored goals. It's a good one. To tell you that experience came into play for Crystal Palace. So it's a good one for Roy Hodgson, it's a good one for Ebere Chieze, Olise, and so many other Crystal Palace players. So this Crystal Palace versus Everton. I see Crystal Palace winning this game against Everton. This Crystal Palace versus Everton by 3 p.m. Leicester City will take on Wolves by 3 p.m. Liverpool will take on Nottingham Forest. Remember the last game Leicester City played, they lost that game by 3 goals. Get 3 goals to 1. Yes, 3 goals. 4 or 3 goals to 1. It was against Manchester City. Yes, against Manchester City at the Etihad. So Leicester City versus Wolves by 3 p.m. Liverpool will take on Nottingham Forest by 3 p.m. Yes, they take by 3 p.m. There's gonna be an FA Cup finals, FA Cup semi-finals today. Manchester City will take on Sheffield United by 4:45 p.m. today. FA Cup semi-finals, Manchester City versus Sheffield United by 4:45 p.m. today. I feel Guardiola would use small boys to play this because he needs to rest his players in preparation for the game that we played on 26th of April. That's against Arsenal. That's a must-win for both clubs. That is the decider who tends to win the league, because Arsenal presently are on 75 points. Why, with more games played, with 32 games played, why Manchester City are on 70 points with 30 games played. So they need 2 more games. If they win their next 2 games, they'll be topping Arsenal. That's just because Arsenal in the past 3 games they have drawn 3 times. They've gotten just 3 points out of a possible 9, so it's so bad. In such a critical situation or position in the league now, you're not supposed to draw games, you're not supposed to lose games. So that is the thing. You need to keep winning to ensure that you finish strong. You started strong, finish strong. In as much as you don't have squad depth, try as much as possible. Arteta, try as much as possible to finish strong. So it is going to be Manchester City versus Sheffield United today by 4:45 p.m. That is the FA Cup semi-finals. Yes, FA Cup semi-final. Then tomorrow being 23rd of April, we have Bournemouth versus West Ham by 2 p.m. Newcastle will take on Tottenham. That's a game everybody needs to watch. Newcastle versus Tottenham by 2 p.m. Remember the last game Newcastle played, they lost by 3 goals to 0 against Aston Villa. So Newcastle will be out to bounce back to winning ways. Tottenham lost at home against Bournemouth. It was a last-minute goal. The game ended 3-2. Tottenham would also want to bounce back with a win. So it is going to be a very, very tough match. It's going to be an end-to-end tough game tomorrow. The game we played tomorrow by 2 p.m. Newcastle versus Tottenham by 2 p.m. Then Bournemouth versus West Ham by 2 p.m. The UEFA Champions League semi-finals, the Women UEFA Champions League semi-finals will be played today. We have Chelsea versus Barcelona women. Chelsea women versus Barcelona women. The game will be starting up by 12:30. The lineup is out already. To be starting up by 12:30 p.m. Yes, 12:30 p.m. Now in the La Liga we have Today, Osasuna versus Real Betis. Osasuna versus Real Betis by 1 p.m. Almeria will take on Athletic Bilbao by 3:15 p.m. Real Sociedad will take on Real Vallecano by 5:30 p.m. Real Valladolid will take on Girona by 5:30 p.m. Real Madrid finally will take on Celta Vigo by 8 p.m. I'll take that again. Today being the 22nd day in the month of April 2023, we have Osasuna versus Real Betis by 1 p.m. Almeria will take on Athletic Bilbao by 3:15 p.m. Real Sociedad will take on Real Vallecano by 5:30 p.m. Real Valladolid will take on Girona by 5:30 p.m. And finally, we have Real Madrid. It's just Real Madrid versus Celta Vigo by 8 p.m. Tomorrow being Sunday, the 23rd of April, we have Elche versus Valencia by 1 p.m. Barca will take on Atletico Madrid. That is going to be a very tough one. Barca will take on Atletico Madrid by 3:15 p.m. Mallorca will take on Getafe by 5:30 p.m. Sevilla will take on Villarreal by 8 p.m. Yes, by 8 p.m. That's the last game for tomorrow. Yesterday being Friday night football, we had Espanyol play out a 0-0 draw with Cadiz. So they played theirs yesterday and it ended up in a stalemate, goalless draw. They got a goalless draw. Moving on to the Bundesliga, yesterday we had Augsburg versus VfB Stuttgart. That game ended 1-1. Both teams shared the spoils. Augsburg won, VfB Stuttgart won. Yes, it ended 1-1. Now today being Saturday 22nd of April in the Bundesliga, we have Bochum versus what's this called again? Bochum versus Wolfsburg by 2:30 p.m. Hertha Berlin versus Werder Bremen by 2:30 p.m. Hoffenheim versus FC Cologne by 2:30 p.m. Mainz versus Bayern Munich by 2:30 p.m. And finally, we have Dortmund versus Frankfurt by 5:30 p.m. Tomorrow being Sunday, the 23rd of April 2023, we have Freiburg versus Schalke 04 by 2:30 p.m. Bayer Leverkusen versus RB Leipzig by 4:30 p.m. Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Union Berlin by 6:30 p.m. I'll take that again, please. Freiburg will take on Schalke 04 by 2:30 p.m. Bayer Leverkusen will take on RB Leipzig by 4:30 p.m. That's going to be a tough one. With the way Xabi Alonso is doing well, he's doing great. He has not lost any game so far in the last 12 games. He has won 10 and drew 2 or so. Yes, he has not tested the feet since for a long time now. Bayer Leverkusen will take on RB Leipzig by 4:30 p.m. Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Union Berlin by 6:30 p.m. Now in the Serie A today we have Salernitana versus Sassuolo by 2 p.m. Lazio will take on Torino. Lazio will take on Torino by 5 p.m. Sampdoria will take on Spezia by 7:45 p.m. Yes, those are the games that we played today in the Serie A. Tomorrow being the Sunday on 23rd, we have Empoli will take on Inter Milan by 11:30 a.m. That's an early kickoff. Monza will take on Fiorentina by 2 p.m. Udinese will take on Cremonese by 2 p.m. AC Milan will take on Lecce by 5 p.m. And finally, we have Juventus versus Napoli. That's going to be a blockbuster. Juventus have their points, their 15-point deduction has been reversed. They said it's pending appeal. Do you understand? So for now, they've reversed that. Now Juventus they find themselves on 59 points on third place, unlike where they were before. So the likes of AS Roma has come down from third place down to fourth place. Why AC Milan has dropped out of the Champions League places. This is more reason why AC Milan want to go far to ensure that they lift the trophy. Because winning a Champions League trophy automatically gives you a ticket into the semi-final. Automatically gives you a ticket into the Champions League group stage games for next season. So that is why it is very, very, very vital. It's very vital. So Juventus versus Napoli versus by 7:45 p.m. In the League One. Yesterday we had Angers lost to PSG away. At home. Angers won, PSG 2. Both goals were scored by Kylian Mbappe. Yes, was scored by Kylian Mbappe. Messi assisted one of the goals. Yes. Now on Saturday being today, we have Auxerre versus Lille by 4 p.m. Lens versus Monaco by 8 p.m. Then on Sunday we have over 7 games that we played in 7 games that we played in the La Liga. In the League One. Sorry, in the League One. We have Sunday. We have Reims versus Strasbourg by 12 p.m. AC Ayako will take on Brest by 2 p.m. We'll take on Brest by 2 p.m. by 2 p.m. Lawrence will take on Torres by 2 p.m. Nons will take on Torres by 2 p.m. Nice will take on Clement Fort by 2 p.m. And finally, Montpellier will take on Remis by 4:05 p.m. And Lyon will take on Marseille. That's going to be a very tough one. Lyon versus Marseille. Lyon versus Marseille by 7:45 p.m. I will take it again. Remis will take on Strasbourg by 12 p.m. AC Ayako will take on Brice by 2 p.m. Lorient will take on Toulouse by 2 p.m. Nantes will take on Torres by 2 p.m. Nice will take on OGC Nice will take on Clermont Foot by 2 p.m. Montpellier will take on Rennes by 4:05 p.m. Lyon will take on Marseille finally tomorrow by 7:45 p.m. And also we also have a very big game tomorrow. The UEFA Champions League women's UEFA Champions League game. The first leg, it's 4 teams. The first team will be playing today. The second team will be playing tomorrow. The second team is Wolfsburg Women versus Arsenal Women. Wolfsburg Women versus Arsenal Women. The game will be played by 2:30 p.m. The one for today will be starting up very soon. That's Chelsea Women versus Barcelona Women. It's going to be played at Stamford Bridge. The game will be starting up soonest by 12:30 p.m. What are your predictions? What do you think? Do you think Arsenal has what it takes to hold on to the end of the season, or do you think Manchester City would overturn them, overhead them, more like overthrow them from first place? It's going to be shambolic if it happens. Honestly, it's going to be shambolic if it happens. So I don't know what it is. The pep talk Arteta tends to give his players. I feel he should you should give them that pep talk to develop the killer instinct and ensure that they seal up games once and for all. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for those that logged in to watch. Thank you very, very much. Of course, you all know that I have a YouTube channel, Rahen Sports. Rahen Sports is spelled RAH Sports together as one word. Thank you very much. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. At one Rahen Sports, or Rahen Sports. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. And may the best team win. Of course, it's an EPL weekend. In as much as most teams will not be playing, but then we've got games to watch. May the best team win, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. My name is Ebere, the coroner of this show, and wishing you the very, very best. Yes, this is me saying bye. Cheers.